Good
This
morning,
meeting
ladies
is
and
being
gentlemen,
live
and
streamed. No,
patriots
sorry.
and freedom fighters and light workers and yeah, all these wonderful people. They're still doing the lawn here, Joe, but it's not that loud, and they should be done any minute. Now, if the dogs start barking, that might be a different thing.
Good morning, everybody.
So much fun living with other people.
I know, right? It is.
Oh, it's 105 likes for Reagan. That's cute. I loved Reagan. Reagan is when I was asking questions to my parents at the dinner table. I must have been like 6, 7 years old. My favorite question, what's the difference between Republicans and Democrats? My mother and father looked at each other and laughed. They didn't even know what to say to me. Ugh.
Oh, gee.
Money. Money at that time was the biggest difference, at least in my parents' lives. They didn't even remember which one of them was Democrat and which one of them was Republican because it didn't matter to them. And I guess maybe this is why I'm a little bit more of an independent because one of them registered as Republican, one of them as a Democrat, so they could vote either way whenever necessary, you know? And they didn't remember after so much time which one was which. That's how much it mattered to them, I suppose.
Oh,
It doesn't matter sometimes, Joe. Apparently, in this case, it never mattered because we had evil people in charge for a very long time. Very long.
yep. We did. Very long time. Well, they're being taken down now. So it's been
They
a long
are.
operation. It's
Yes,
almost done.
correct. I can't believe the stuff you've been saying lately. Guys, I'm friends with Joe for a long time now, well, half a dozen years at least. And he's finally saying things the way we conspiracists want to hear it. There's a lot more than just conspiracy to this. It's evolution, it's a science,
Well,
it's catching up with reality. It's
this thing with Joe Biden is really tipping it over. I mean, look at everybody's saying that's not Joe Biden. It ain't Joe Biden. It's not Joe Biden. It's not. And then we have those pictures of those four different Joe Bidens. Are definitely, if you look at that picture that we have posted in our group of the four different Joe Bidens, you will see that they are different people. They're not the same person. And for all this craziness that's going on, this can't be. Come on, it just can't. There's just too much wrongness about everything, you know?
too
I
much
mean, it's
wrong.
just, I don't know, everything feels wrong. Doesn't it feel wrong to you?
Joe, nothing has felt right since I can remember, you know? It's,
Right.
I'm
Well,
gonna
I
go
remember
back.
then what they taught us in school, when I was in even grade school, I remember them teaching us and telling us, well, this is how this works. It works this way. You do this, this, and this is what you get. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not what happens. But they kept demanding, that's what happens. That's what happens. But that's not what I ever saw when I was going through school in versus real life, right?
Exactly.
Then, of course, when I got out in real life, I found out, of course, I was right. So, uh, just the sickness of them all sometimes is too much. I mean, look at this. How does how does in let me see, let me tell you something. I think I have it written down. I'm looking for it right now. Oh, I don't know where I put it, but how does Kamala Harris? How does she come up with?
Kamala. I
Yeah.
know a
Oh,
lot of
yeah. I'm
people want to
sorry
say
if I said it
Carmel,
wrong. I'm racist for saying it
Kamala,
wrong. I apologize.
which uh, I'm not even being picky, I'm being funny.
But they said she
That's a
raised
dude's name
230.
translated to female, like queens. But anyhow, go on. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's true.
They say she raised $231 million after leading a Biden revolt, right? Well, look what they did. Nobody has voted for this woman to be president. Nobody voted for her. They installed her. So nobody voted for
They
her.
installed Biden too.
Well, yeah, they did. But see, they gave it the premise that everybody voted for them. This one, they just flat out forgot the voters and they just right away installed her because I don't know, man. I just,
Why do
you
you
know,
think they installed her?
well, President Trump, he filed an ethics complaint against her, yeah, against her campaign. Yeah, well, they're using the money that was for her and Joe Biden as president. You see what I mean? You see what they did? You're
Oh
not
my God,
allowed to
Ricky.
use it. You can't do that. That's against our laws. They just make up these laws as they go along. Oh, well,
Right.
we can do
But
this, but we can't do it, but we can do
that's why certain amendments are not legally, they're not legal.
it.
They're redundant as far as I say this all the time, but it bears repeating apparently. It's redundant as far as the Constitution.
Mhm.
Why have these extra and extra when we could go just back down to the Constitution, the foundation of all that's good in this country, and nothing else?
Right,
Nothing else. Can you imagine?
right.
It would seem almost lawless, but it's not because we follow something. Listen, if you're an everyday person, you follow things like the Ten Commandments. You don't have to be religious to know not to sleep with your neighbor or kill your neighbor. You don't really, but it's like that kind of rules. And then, some kind of constitutional rules, like where somebody does go mad and comes and attacks your house and you're able to defend yourself. When did this become a misunderstanding?
Hmm.
When did this technique change? Somebody comes and invades your house, you protect yourself, your family, and all your valuables.
Heck yeah, man. I didn't pay for this house so somebody could come in here and take it over. Come on. I paid a lot of money, you guys. I've
Right.
been here,
Allowing
we've been in
illegals
this house a
to,
long time. So
so funny. Richard Marks, he goes, the four Bidens coming this fall on ABC. Yep.
right?
Right. There is no respect for law either. Good
Yeah.
morning, Richard.
No respect for laws. Exactly. It just makes me crazy. That they sit there and they tout the law at you, and then they break it. Such as Mr. Alec Baldwin. I don't care what anybody says. That guy's a murderer. He picked up the gun. He pointed it at the woman. He did not check it. He pointed it at her and shot her. And
You
then the
know,
bullet went through her and into the guy behind her.
what do
So
you
that's
think I
attempted
think about
murder.
Alec? What do you think? What do you think that I think about Alec?
He's dead.
That he's dead. He's dead, guys.
Hmm.
This is, I guarantee that man didn't go through life without choking a woman to death in bed. You want me to be blunt? Believe me, the shit's out
He's a
there.
terrible man.
And he was a disgusting human being.
Yes, terrible person. I'm sorry, but he
Let
is a
me
terrible person.
let's go back for a minute because we were talking about lawyers in politics. Speaking of which, what is JD Vance?
A
Maybe that's
lawyer,
why you don't
and
like
so
him.
is his wife. Why are we putting lawyers in office? I'm sorry to anybody who's a lawyer, but if you really think about what you went through in school, you were licensed to tell lies to protect other people. And I get that.
That's it.
That's okay.
And
That's what your
you're
job
able
is.
to make a decision about someone's life
Hmm.
for taking 8 years of law school.
But
How
then
do you
people
make a
get
decision?
greedy.
They're able to talk it out with the judge and oh, let's just give him the 4 years and the rape and
Hmm.
murder will go away and he gets 3 years probation. And
Yeah.
ever watch an episode of Law and Order? Seriously, guys, that is how it is,
No.
especially in bigger cities. It's gross. It should
Yes.
never have come to that. So people that don't like Judge Judy have to go and watch her show. The woman would never, never, and I believe she's speaking out pro Trump lately, I think.
Hmm.
Nikki Haley was a bust. She will admit when she's wrong. She's hardly ever wrong though.
I
But
like
going back
Judge
to
Judy.
JD
There was
Vance,
another judge that used to do that too, that was real honest too. She was brutally honest.
what one of the
I can't
reality
remember her name though. She was out of Texas, out of Houston. She's not even. I haven't seen her. I
Mm.
don't watch TV anymore. So
Well, that I watch on YouTube.
uh,
Judge Judy's all over YouTube, so I'm happy about that.
she is.
Going back to JD Vance. So we don't like
Yeah,
him because he's a
found
lawyer.
something interesting about him.
What was that? Is it the
His
Catty
name.
thing? Oh,
His
well,
name
Vance.
is
Vance means
masculine from with English origin, right? It's derived from the Old English word fen, which FENN, which means marshland.
I told you
Vance
that.
is also ancestral linked to Scotland, where the name evolved from Norman settlers of the Devolve clan.
You're reading the picture I probably sent you.
Uh, well, I'm
It
reading
doesn't
something.
matter.
I found it
Nobody in
online
America, not anybody in
with
America
AI.
is from this country, so it doesn't matter. But the fact that his name, that
Mm-hmm.
I brought it up before. See, a pence is the old English term for pennies, more than one penny, pence, I believe. And then Vance and Mama Helen brought it up that you take away the V and the A and change the P and the E, and you still have A and wait, NCE. If you spell out Pence and Vance and just take away the first two letters, their last three letters are or
NCE.
NCE. Yeah, it's just
Hmm.
weird. And then yes,
Hence.
his name
Yeah.
means marsh. Now that as a conspiracist, I'm supposed to believe that there are no coincidences. Marshland, like swamp. But
Of the king, under
the
the
other thing that
king.
he said really disturbed me. Do you remember what he said, Joe? About the cats.
Remind me.
He said, and I actually think it was a fake Jennifer Aniston because she's bad. She was bad too. She's gone. Um, said that Vance said something about women that didn't get pregnant, didn't have children. It
Oh,
was,
that's right. He did. He
what
did.
was
I
the
wrote
line?
that
Something
down.
like, old
I
cat.
got it.
You have it?
Childless ladies are miserable cat ladies. What?
Childless women are miserable cat ladies. That's what he said, Vance.
I don't like
After,
Vance. I didn't
after
like him in
like
the beginning.
the crap he said about Trump.
Mm-mm.
You're a young
Why did
man. You
Trump
don't
pick
say
him?
shit like that because he's evil. Well, this is probably an actor.
I don't get it.
Vance is probably an actor. Guy never worked a day in his life.
I don't like him.
I don't like either of them. Now, now I'll tell you something, Vance, even though I don't believe it's the real Vance. I witnessed pretty much 9/11. I saw a place where I had friends in burning right across the East River. Okay, because the subway stopped there. My brother worked only a block or two from the Trade Center. I have
Mhm.
friends and family that worked all over there, all over. And I'm not stupid. I see a fucking building on fire. What is the first thing you think of? Holy shit, the people. What's
Get the people
crumbling
out of there.
down?
Mhm.
You think I wanted to bring children? That's when I decided. I didn't want to bring children into this world. That's why all my animals are they're adopted. They're all really adopted because there are animals and children that need homes.
There are.
And I felt better that I didn't bring them in, but I did
You
take
took
them.
care of them. You took care
Right.
of
Hawkeye's right. My husband's in Florida right now, so Hawkeye's right up he's sitting right on me.
them. Yeah.
Being a
for.
good boy though. Maybe we'll show them ET later. I don't know why I taught him that one. So Vance, that's my answer to that. No young man would say something so disgusting and disturbing. Do they even have children? Do they have toast children? Toast. Lightly browned.
I don't know.
I don't want to know. I don't care to know.
Their stuff's just weird.
No, it pisses me off. I don't like the guy. I didn't like the guy. I don't think I've heard anything. I could ask Cock. He's my go-to guy when it comes to like knowing everything. If I can't figure it out,
Yeah, just
maybe
because
he'll
the guy
know.
served in the military doesn't mean they're a good person.
It
You
it
have to
doesn't mean that
remember
it's
that.
him.
It does, well, there's
Okay?
that
Look at
too.
DeSantis. I swear to you, my friends, I shouldn't swear, sorry. The DeSantis I met is not the DeSantis that's around now. It's not the same guy. It's as simple as that. Okay. Next subject. We did the Vance, then there was NORAD.
We have a correction.
Oh, you want to correct. Yeah, I said Cayenne. I'm thinking of the pepper, cayenne pepper.
Yeah,
It's the Cheyenne
in
Mountain.
reference to what were we talking about?
That's where Trump is hiding.
Right. In the
Now,
mountains of Colorado.
tell them who, because I wrote it there, but tell them who runs it.
Let's tell you who they are. The
It-
Cheyenne Mountain Complex is a United States Space Force
It's a
installation
Space
and
Force
defensive
installation,
bunker.
folks. I didn't even know
Installation and
that.
defensive bunker. A bunker. That means you can live inside there and be protected from any kind of bomb,
Well,
right?
looky cookie.
So
You guys, this was no joke, okay? We were this close to communism in
right.
this country, which would have killed the world. It
That
would
is
have
also
just
where NORAD is. You're right. Yeah.
the
Look at
North
what could
American.
happen.
And then what happened with NORAD recently?
Oh, NORAD. Well,
Didn't
NORAD.
weren't there
See,
Chinese
see,
and Russian
NORAD sits
bombers
right in the
going
middle
to
of our country, and NORAD is in charge of aerial defense for the whole country. So they can take off from NORAD and be at any border in a matter of minutes.
weren't
Okay.
they at the Alaskan border?
Yes, they
Chinese and
intercepted
Russian
they
bombers?
intercepted 4 bombers, 2 Russian and 2 Chinese off the coast. Okay. They were 2 Russian Tu-95s and
Russia's
two
by
Chinese
Cuba in
H-6s.
submarines,
They
now by
entered
Alaska, if
Alaska
you
Air
know what I
Defense
mean.
Identification Zone in the North American Aerospace Defense Command. Well, that's what they say.
NORAD.
Yeah.
So
So
they
we
must
intercepted them with an F-16 and F-35 fighter jets, along with some Canadian CF-18s and other U.S. support craft.
why would this happen? Why would they
Uh,
go to Alaska?
3 or 4 days ago. Well, they're trying Joe
It doesn't
Biden. I
matter.
mean, he's weak. He's weak. Joe Biden is weak.
But yet
So
nothing's
that
happened.
makes the
Do
country.
you understand how ridiculous this sounds when you say Joe Biden's weak, yet he's been in office for 4 fucking years and this country has not been attacked? What is going on? What?
Well, we weren't
Come on
attacked.
now.
We weren't
It's because
attacked. No,
that's because he is not commander in chief.
right.
He is not CIC, ladies and gentlemen.
A lot of
Wait,
people don't believe
please,
he is.
people, wake up. No,
Hmm?
no. Letting 40 50, 100-year-old balloons around spying on us, that was so. I guarantee Q was laughing at that.
Yeah. Why didn't
On
NORAD?
people.
Why didn't NORAD get those? Why didn't they take the balloon down there? NORAD should have intercepted the balloon and never allowed that balloon to
A
come to
balloon,
go across
a
the
balloon
country.
from World War II. Oh
Right.
no.
Yeah, a balloon from World War II. And then they keep launching
You
it.
know, you put aluminum around the computer systems and they can't see anything through that balloon. Give me a
Yeah.
break.
They keep launching them too, right?
It,
They've launched them over other countries too.
it probably, you got to understand the technology is beyond our comprehension right now. They're bringing it to you ever so slowly, but they've
Yes,
been
they are.
dealing with it for decades. I keep saying this. The weather, they've controlled the weather, HAARP.
Yes.
Um, well, obviously they've controlled our voting systems with Dominion and other prior to that, there were other systems.
Yeah.
I mean, what didn't they control? What facet of our lives didn't they control? They tax us upon taxes upon taxes, make us try to barely survive, but nobody thinks anything of this.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't think liberals would realize how free they'd be if we went back to the Constitution.
Right.
I've had this argument with people, and I used to believe it myself at one point. The Constitution's very old, but I didn't think of it like maybe I wasn't for the Second Amendment as much, but I already had in my head that we have like lasers to fix eyes
Mhm.
and bones and stuff, and you think that
And we have stronger
guns,
lasers than that.
right? And you think guns are dangerous? We got nuclear what, but guns. See, so it never clicked to me that way. But since the Constitution is a living document, it can be upgraded, not
Mhm.
updated as much as upgraded, because the right to bear arms would be the right to bear, you know, like lasers,
Whatever.
from Star
Right.
Trek. It will happen.
Yeah. We're always supposed to be able to have what the government has.
They say something about right with the
They have
government
machine
allowing it.
guns, so we're supposed to be able to have machine guns.
Didn't the kid on the roof, the assassination had a drone out before that?
Yes, he did. He had a drone.
This is
He
what I
had
said,
he had everything.
people. I said it
The
before. I said it that
20-year-old
night.
child.
Yeah. I said it that night. I said, you don't think if I could go on Google Earth and see somebody's house, you don't think that the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, Trump supporters, Trump people, scientific people, military, you
I
don't think
saw
that they thought this to
I
do
saw
that?
I saw a
Are you
story
idiot?
last night that he was
You're not
trained.
idiots. You're not thinking fully.
Yeah, he was trained. That kid was trained by our government, they're saying by the
So
FBI.
was the Afghan people that fucking blew up the
Hmm.
World Trade Center with jet planes. No,
Exactly. It's like, wow, why is the government training these people to kill us? Why are
that's
you doing it? What's
it's
the
all
matter
fake
with you?
though. But that's the thing. This is starting to wake you up saying this
Good
has been
Lord.
done before.
Yeah,
Trump is using a Democrat ploy to wake people up,
right.
right?
Hmm. Yeah, I think he is. I think he is using Democrat ploy. Just I just wonder what the idea behind Vance is. That's what bothers
Well, if it's not the real guy, then Vance is a fill-in for Junior. Junior is alive. There's no doubt. His whole the whole thing could be funny right now with our advanced technology. They know what happened to Junior. It's I could trace it. I mean, that's how far our technology has come. I could probably sit here, trace his path, figure out I after 9/11, I actually watched plane crashes for like 2 years. You know, I really got involved in understanding tidbits of information. Still, I mean, we can do it ourselves. We don't need these so-called professionals anymore to tell us. You can look at things, man. Read up and do this research. This whole
me. Yeah.
Israel Gaza thing is killing me. They're separating, especially Christians. They're separating you guys yet again. We're humanity. We're trying. I don't care what religion you are. Most people want to just live, have
That's
fun
it.
with their children,
That's it.
make good money, afford a little better than, just bread
All
every
these
day.
fights that they keep putting us in, these
It's
wars, these are
brainwashing.
heads of state.
Stop. Every person matters. Every person,
Right.
every good person.
Matters.
Now, you're going to tell me you don't have a good person throughout Gaza, throughout Palestine? There's not one person that loves their mother and their children.
Right.
What do you think, especially Christians? It kills me that you're supposed to think so wholeheartedly and you put people down because of religion. They're people first. We're the
But the
human race first.
but the government starts it.
The
It's
government
always
always starts
the
because
government gets
conquering
the
and
people
dividing,
boiling. Right.
divide and conquer is
Hmm.
Julius Caesar. I mean, this
Yep.
is thousands of years old.
Yep. Stop listening.
It's Pontius
Stop letting them
Pilate
let
shit,
you mad.
Christians, okay? It's hanging your Christ. That's what you're doing because you're sacrificing some good for no reason
Right.
because you think they're bad because of religion. That's ridiculous. That's so immature. That's not evolution.
It's not. It's not.
That's devolving. So you see, I don't disagree with libtards, but they're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Right.
You know, that there's a difference. Big difference. You don't fight, you don't do everything anti-Trump because you don't like Trump. What?
You don't
What,
even know
what
why
kind of
you don't like him.
that's another story. We'll go through that, but still, you don't have to like everything about the man. And I believe Carrie Lake said that, and she got like a well, Carrie Lake might be upset that she wasn't VP pick, people. Hello? I mean, come on,
Hmm.
she's a good girl. She did a lot.
She
She
did.
she came up strong.
A lot of these
She did
people
better than
did.
she did more than this guy Vance that we know of. I can't, it's so funny how they still blindly follow Trump. You don't blind Trump was trying to teach you not to blindly follow anybody, but yet you're still doing it. Anything Trump says goes. Well, you're
Yeah.
lucky it's a plan.
Wrong.
That's all I'll say. You're very, very lucky. It's just a plan. What's our next? I got to get off that. We did NORAD. We did Vance.
Don't
I'm in
really
a
have
bad mood,
much.
apparently. My husband's coming home today. I should be in a good mood.
Mhm. Don't really have much.
I thought there was one
President will
other.
be in no, he was in a rally yesterday in Charlotte, wasn't he? Trump. I don't know where he's going now.
He
I don't
was at a
really have
rally
much
yesterday.
today. Just
But no, it's all right. Because we just, we're trying to come on and make up for lost time. And, we're a little behind because of the week punishment. And thank you, Richard Marks, for inviting me to Rumble. We had thought of that. Um, see, if I'll probably go to Rumble, but if I give in, that means I'm calling these conspiracies, you know, and it's a way to get around YouTube because I'm saying it's political satire, which means conspiracies are up in the air. They could be funny. Ha ha ha. I want
yeah.
Hillary dead. So if I just give up on YouTube, that's means that I don't my whole belief system is a conspiracy, and that's not true. I
Yeah.
honestly believe in most of the things I say. Probably not everything, but most everything. And it's not me. That's the wonderful thing. I mean, there's just so many of us um, that know a little. I've said this before. We all know a little bit different. I know a lot of, I don't know why. I just know a lot of junk. And then to know that we're around the world and we still have these thoughts. What's going on? How come there are millions of us, millions of people like me, if not more intense than I am? Could you imagine that? More intense than me? Holy shit. That's I don't know. All right, Joe.
I do have one other thing, real quick.
Good.
They were, they are asking, they're asking Ray to step down. The Congress is starting to ask for him to step down. President Trump's already demanded he steps down. There was actually another shooter found on on top of the water tower.
They would have known right away how many bullets came from where. That doesn't
Why are they not telling us? I mean, we should be able, they should tell us because isn't this our country?
They didn't tell us about Vegas. They didn't tell us about the cocaine. They didn't tell us. I mean, what do they tell us, Joe?
Nothing.
They didn't tell us about the spy balloons. They don't tell us about
Oh,
Space Force.
can't tell
Where'd
you
Space
about
Force go?
investigations. Oh
They're
no,
not
we
telling us
can't tell
about
you
Biden.
nothing. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, you freaking liar.
Kamala is a man. They don't tell you that. Sorry, Joe, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
I don't know if I that
that's a dude.
yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
wake up to the men. Because it unfortunately it is part of the Illuminati, right? You either have to kill someone in your immediate family, Sonny Bono, pick that, or she had twice because, or you're somebody in the immediate family has to change sex. That's to worship their god Moloch. Okay.
That's
It's
just so
not fake.
weird.
It is weird, but you wouldn't believe how many. Last time I visited Brooklyn, I went and saw Mama Helen, and we're watching soap operas. And she's like, "Look, Carolyn," because I don't watch TV, but she had a couple of things on while we're eating breakfast, and she's like, "Look, that's a guy." And I'm looking. She's absolutely right. These people infested Hollywood. And I have nothing against transgenders or any, I really don't,
Mm-mm.
but it's the satanic ones. Okay. That do it not because they want to, but because they're fucked up in the head and they
Mm.
follow their predecessors, meaning their
Yeah.
parents or teachers or skull and crossbones. And oh my God, this is real. Okay. You can't believe that, 17 million Christians, Catholics are there. I don't know how many. Maybe there's 80 million. I don't know that follow the Pope, but nobody follows Satan. Are you that naive? Christians tend to be naive. I really mean it. Bible thumpers,
Yes, they
like
do.
really,
Yes, they
really,
do.
they tend to be naive.
I can't believe anything bad happens. No, none of
They
that
call,
bad stuff happens here. No,
oh, cancer just
it
got
does.
100 times worse in the last 60 years. Cancer and certain things just seem to appear the last 70 years. Autism, you know, are you kidding? It's so hard to wake people up. I mean, it shouldn't
It's
be.
hard to
It
wake them
shouldn't
up.
be. If you can believe that there was a Christ, then you can believe that people believe in Satan, and they would be satanic enough to be quiet about it, right? And I've been called blasphemous for saying that they may have tampered with the Bible.
Yeah,
That's not me saying I hate God, people. It's not blasphemous. I'm
yeah.
saying that evil Satanists who have controlled the at least certain countries for centuries, powerful countries, had control of shit like the printing press
Hmm.
and education. Remember, paupers and serfs and merchants. That's why I hate the word merchandise. Please don't use the word merchandise. It's your product. It's your product. Merchandise has social classes. And I hate when they use the word nug instead of nugget and merch instead of merch. Don't do this either, guys. You're putting down the English language. If Trump won't say it, you don't say it unless Trump says it as a joke. All right, I've said enough. I could go
And
on.
the
You know,
last thing, the last thing is this. Yesterday, I got privy to a class called Inclusion and Diversity. First of all, I would say this. I don't know if you look at me and you say, oh, that dude is white. Well, yeah, maybe I look white, but I am actually half Hispanic and half white. My mom is full-blooded Hispanic. Okay. Right away in that class, I mean, they went to, yeah, there's white privilege. You have white privilege. I have white privilege. They started telling me I have white privilege. This is the first good job I've ever had in my life.
Hands
And they
down.
blame me for having white privilege. What kind of crap is that? I told
Hands
the
down.
lady, I
He
told
works
that
his
lady,
ass off, people.
I told that lady
That's
that
what
did
it's
the class,
about.
I saw it. I hate your class. I never want to go into your class. I can't believe you guys attacked me the way you did. I almost made that woman cry. And I hope she did cry. And I hope she feels terrible for what she
He
did to
gets
me.
reverse racism all the time in New Mexico. They'll follow him in stores. I am
Yes, they
not
do.
joking. I've
Mhm.
witnessed it.
Yep.
And his jobs, I've seen the slim pickings that he's offered, even from temp agencies. One was with 22 coworkers out of 22, 18 were child molesters.
Molesters.
They were pedophiles,
Yeah. Can you believe
where they
that
had
shit?
problems of coworkers stealing pictures of families with kids.
Yeah. I'm
How does that,
college
how does this
educated
guy get put
and I've
there?
been
He's
in
a
the
freaking
military.
hard worker.
Yeah. Can't believe the way that I was treated, that I've been treated in
You're
this
always, he's almost
day.
always on time.
Never
I think
late.
maybe twice that I know,
I'm
and you
there
were like
every day. I
2 minutes
never
late.
call in sick. This
He
is the
goes in
first
on his
job I've
days
actually
off.
called in sick. Can you believe that? Swear to God. Swear to
Yeah,
God.
that's
First
because you
job I've
couldn't move your
ever
ankle.
called in sick
How
is
are you
this
supposed to
job right
drive?
here. First job I've ever had that's been decent. I work real hard. I like to.
That's the
I
point.
love
It doesn't
it.
matter what
I
color you
love it.
are. You're gonna
I
work
know.
hard.
I love it. It's fun. It's to me, it's fun.
Look at artwork and think, oh, did a black person left-handed with,
Yeah.
shaved head and eyes in the back of their, did they paint this? You don't think, I don't know
Who
who thinks
cares?
these
If
things,
it's nice, it's nice.
right? If people like you, hopefully it's not because you're
Right.
half of anything.
And why did we have to have that class in at the place that I work? Because everybody there, it's so diverse. I mean,
Right.
there's
Right. You
every
have
race you can think of. It's so crazy. And we all get
Philippine,
along
Chinese,
great.
Indian, from what I know, you know,
We all get along great. I love
plus
this
his best
place.
friend's Ukrainian. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah. It's so weird. You know what, you guys, man, I'll tell you this. I'm not racist. I don't have any racism in me at all.
The thing is, we all
Hmm.
grew up with certain types of racism. It's just
Yeah,
because they pushed it in our fucking faces that
yeah,
certain, and it's a concept that we have to go over. We have
yeah.
to reteach it, I believe.
My parents never let us be racist.
What did I tell you to tell them? Do you remember what I told you to tell these
I
people
don't.
about race, about the human?
Oh, that we're all one race. We're a human race.
The
That's what we
word
are. Just
race,
because you
as
have
we
different colored skin don't mean shit.
right, we're only one race. That's a human
Either
race.
you're an asshole, or you're not.
It was like right after World War II that somebody, or during World War II, that someone came up with the word race as we know it today.
Yeah.
That's not even 100 years ago where they start. I mean, we kind of technically used it, but it wasn't until World War II, because I'm going to say it was 1939, that this guy was just like invented the word race as we use it today. Otherwise, it was known as the human race. There is only one race.
Human race.
Stop. The
Exactly.
words cannot change.
Mhm.
They cannot change because they say it should.
Yeah. Stop
Like
the
these
hate.
new sexes.
Yeah.
No,
Stop the hate.
no. Why did they take script in the Bible and shit out
Yeah.
of school? Stop
I don't
it.
accept your hate. I don't accept it. You can hate if you want, but I don't accept it.
I got so much hate, but it's just for the bad guys.
Yeah. Well, There's that. All
Guys,
right.
thanks for joining us. I see
Mhm.
there's a couple people in the chat. Um, I hope when we get a schedule together, which should be
Yeah.
soon, right, Joe?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're back on regular
Hmm.
schedule now this week, and you're
Yes.
gonna have like 3 days
Yeah.
off this
This
week.
is the first part of my vacation because I made myself 5 3-day weekends instead of taking a whole week off.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I do
Every month.
too.
Every month
Yeah.
he's got a
Every
3 day.
month until the end of the year. And I get my birthday off
So
too.
we'll definitely do a show on his days off, one of his
Hmm.
days off, either the Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday next week. Right? It's
Right.
next week.
Yeah.
And we want people to stop in. So that will be one of those shows. We're gonna make it a definite. I'll put it up in the community and we'll get that kind of thing started. I want at least 2 or 3 other people in here. I don't care what you want to talk about. There's a bunch of you. I know
Yeah.
there's a, and I know I keep missing a few of you too, but our hours are strange. Sorry, guys. All right, but we
Yeah.
love you. Take care.
Yes, we
Sorry
do.
for blabbing on. Enjoy the